Epps and Akator, I think, are going to have monster games for Kentucky to have a chance tonight.
Asia Wilson wins the tip. Herbert Harrigan, known as Kiki, is in the starting lineup for Coates. Right away, here's Wilson, who takes it up and over Rice.
Kentucky showed zone, but it was a sagging man-to-man they were in. Coates took advantage.
These two teams played just last Sunday in Columbia. Dawn Staley in her 9th year in charge of South Carolina. And they are trying to join Tennessee as the only schools in the SEC to win 3 straight tournament titles in the conference. 23 seconds left on the shot clock. Morris took an extra step. Matthew Mitchell, 10th season at Kentucky, winners of 21 games. And they are back into the semifinals of this SEC tournament for the 8th straight season, which is very impressive. He has had quite a bit of player turnover. Wilson can't get it to go. Herbert Harrigan.
Excellent job by Harrigan on that offensive glass. Right now, they're getting the ball in South Carolina much too easily into their post players.
But Akator was able to sneak in there for the bucket. Akator has been sensational this season. Last 5 games, averaging 19 points and 11 rebounds. Wilson, I think that's the game plan, right? Get it to number 21.
Well, and Kentucky's going to have to make an adjustment. They've been going one-on-one. It's a mismatch. One-on-one with Asia Wilson is a mismatch, so they're going to have to get down and double her or push her out of the lane.
Number 22, Asia Wilson. Having a spectacular season. Akator's in a mess of trouble, and that's a 3-second violation. Second turnover already for the Wildcats. Akator, first team All-SEC performer this season. And Alicia Gray was a little slow getting up. Gray, the transfer from North Carolina, eligible for the first time this season. And we are, by the way, about 100 miles from Columbia, where South Carolina is located. So as you might expect, there's a lot of Gamecock fans here. Gray limps off, and Bianca Cuevas-Moore comes in.
And Gray is a tough kid, so you know she's hurting for her to come out of the game. But Cuevas-Moore came in early yesterday and really gave South Carolina a spark early on. Much more up-tempo team when Cuevas-Moore is in the game.
Rice got a hand on that Wilson shot, and it goes over to Kentucky.
And you can see, great job by Epps. Akator was upset because the help was late on the penetration. So Epps is saying, calm down, we're all right. That's what a leader does.
Epps has been just that, leading his team in scoring. Han, who started for Murray with the miss. Cuevas-Moore is able to come away with it. And they really can run with this lineup. Kayla Davis. South Carolina's off to a great start. Now Epps pushing it back. And she scores in transition.
And Epps, she likes to get her teammates involved. But in a game like this, especially with Murray out, she has got to be aggressive to score almost every time down the floor.
Kayla Davis from distance this time.
And that's a good sign for South Carolina. Davis can be streaky. When she hits that first shot, look out because she can go off.
Morris driving on Davis. Will step back and puts it home.
And that's where Macy Morris has really improved from last year to this year. Used to be mostly a three-point shooter, and she's doubled her free throw average over the year, which shows she's being more aggressive, getting fouled, getting to the free throw line.
A lot more drives with the basketball. Cuevas-Moore just left Morris in it dust and got the assist over to Asia Wilson, who already has half a dozen.
And that was a beautiful pass from Cuevas-Moore. Little lob pass. I thought she was going to shoot a floater, but she was lobbing it up to the big girl.
Kentucky probably thought she was going to shoot as well. That's pretty into Rice. Nice assist for Epps.
And Alyssa Rice coming off her career high, 11 points in the game yesterday, along with 5 rebounds.
Win over Alabama, the team that eliminated Tennessee. Look at Harrigan. She's got 4 points already, averaging about 4 a game. Epps with a little circus shot that wouldn't go. And the rebound picked up by Ty Harris, true freshman, who has been starting at the point for Dawn Staley.
Made the SEC all-freshman team.
Averaging 5.5 points, leading this team just over 3 assists a game. Asia Wilson, automatic.
And Kentucky's going to have to make an adjustment because you cannot have Asia Wilson that wide open.
And then Wilson stuffs Rice. Asia Wilson tied for first in the SEC with blocks. Got one on Rice emphatically.
Just got to go up strong. Good job with South Carolina, just standing straight and strong. Not giving up any ground, not fouling.
Remember, Wilson had a huge game with 7 blocks against Georgia yesterday. One short of the SEC tournament record. Couture, so nifty in there. Davis had hit a 3 from out there already.
Okay, now you can see Kentucky's gone into their 2-3 zone. See if they do a better job protecting the paint.
Epps, such good speed. Picked up by Harris.
And I like this, clearing out the side, just letting Epps and Akator go 2-on-2.
But Herbert Harrigan smacked that one away. Asia Wilson playing like the SEC Player of the Year.
And Asia Wilson is putting on a show. And both coaches doing an excellent job in their pregame. They have different styles, and that's what I love, watching the different emotions that come through the coaches to get their point across to their players.
3 turnovers now for Kentucky, and in the 2 games against Kentucky, to say the least, Gail, they've done well from the floor.
Well, they have, and they've worked the ball so well, and you can see it again tonight, just getting great looks, sharing the basketball. They've already got 6 assists on 8 baskets. 73% from the floor they're shooting.
Alicia Gray back in after she hurt her leg a little bit. She was called for the charge for South Carolina. Had a good quarterfinal yesterday with 17 points and a convincing win against Georgia. Asia Wilson, 8 points in the first 5 minutes of this game for South Carolina.
And good ball movement by Kentucky.
Epps, guarded by Davis. Akator didn't field it cleanly. Neither did Rice, but still she was able to get the points.
And Rice, you know, it's been fun to watch her over the course of the year because she has improved so much, and she is a worker. Now that is a thing of beauty. Nice step-through move. Looking like a post player. Makayla Davis.
Morris has it rim out. Cuevas Moore only knows one speed, and that's fast. Get it and go.
Yeah, I like when they play together with Harris and Cuevas Moore. Harris is a more controlled pass-first point guard. Cuevas Moore wants to get out and run.
Akator knocked it out of bounds. Let's go back to Kayla Davis.
Let's go back to Kayla Davis because this was a thing of beauty. Her dad, Antonio, would be proud of her. That was gorgeous.
There's a lot going on there. And Antonio Davis.
Oh, there he is.
Mom, Kendra. Antonio doing work for ESPN as well. And Kayla Davis started her collegiate career at Georgia Tech. She was a first-team All-ACC performer. First year that she has been eligible, along with Alicia Gray, and that's a terrific pass from Kayla into Asia Wilson.
And that's the size of Kayla Davis on the perimeter. At 6'2", she can see over the smaller defense to make that pass.
Asia Wilson already into double-figure scoring. being guarded by Wilson. Good defense by Gray on Akator.
And again, look at this. Pushing the defense high. That's what you do when you're posting up. If the defense is high side, you push them higher. That opens it up for the lob.
Shot clock at 5. Morris pulls up and knocks it down. Sophomore from Pineville, Kentucky, tiny Bell County High School. And you're right, she is a different player from last year. A lot more confidence in her overall offensive game.
Named after Kyle Macy. Macy Morris.
We could do some things for Kentucky basketball. Akator hits the deck. Davis passed up the 3 to do something more fancy. Makayla Davis.
Yeah, Evelyn Akator's, she's struggling. She hit the deck hard.
Kentucky already without starter Taylor Murray. Point guard averaging 13 points per game, will not play today. Let's see what happened to Evelyn right in the middle. So Alicia Gray, who just ran into the back of her, and she will be looked at by the athletic trainer for Kentucky. Already shorthanded.
And Matthew Mitchell, he's done a masterful job. They have such a short bench.
Davis. Nice pass into Gray, but she could not connect. Jessica Harden, number 15, a former walk-on, is in the game now. Epps getting in there.
And that's when Epps is at her best, when she's in the open court, gets in and around the rim, she finishes strong. That's what's going to make her a great pro player. See, South Carolina in their patented dribble weave.
Gray misses. Let's see what Epps does. 1-on-2. Why not?
That's it.
Kentucky gets back to within 5. South Carolina has led by as many as 9 already inside a minute in the first quarter. Davis is off to a terrific start. All the way around and then inside. Herbert Harrigan with the finish. Asia Wilson is on the bench right now.
And that's really beautiful offensive flow. Everybody getting a touch on the offensive end of the floor, sharing the basketball.
Epps being guarded by Cuevas Moore. He sets the screen for Morris, who decides to put her head down and drive. Last year, I think she probably would have pulled up and popped the 3.
Yeah, everybody's defending Macy for the three-point shot because she's so effective from there, and she's really learned how to utilize that and take advantage of defenses driving to the basket.
Edward Harrigan collects and puts it home. Goodness. Crowd here in Greenville, South Carolina, because Elena Coates is on the floor. Hurt her ankle originally against Missouri in the regular season, then tweaked it last weekend against Kentucky. Did not play yesterday, and here she is, Gail. Are you surprised she's playing?
I am a little surprised. We watched her warm up, and she was limping. But, you know, she wants to come in and get warmed up. I think so she's ready for the championship tomorrow.
South Carolina shooting over 73% now from the floor after Gray hit, and then Gray skied to get the rebound. Asia Wilson starting the second quarter on the bench. Herbert Harrigan is working rapidly on a new career high.
And Cuevas Moore is like the Energizer Bunny. I mean, she is just going and going and going.
Epps goes right by her that time. Epps with 8. Evelyn Akator is not on the floor right now. She was limping a little bit after she got hit, but she's going to check in. So we'll see how Evelyn's doing. If you're just joining us, Taylor Murray will not play today for Kentucky. A little whiplash and a neck strain after she ran into a screen yesterday. Herbert Harrigan, yeah, almost got an assist.
South Carolina doing a great job. They love to penetrate against the zone. Good find by Cuevas Moore. And with Coates coming in, they set a screen along the baseline of that zone. Got her open. Nice job inside.
Mackenzie Can whistled for the foul. Tonight at 8:15 Eastern on ESPN, it is the rematch from Chapel Hill as Duke visits North Carolina to close out the regular season. Blue Devils won at Cameron on February 9th. This sonic blockbuster can also be seen streaming live on the ESPN app and watch ESPN. The entire state of North Carolina pretty much grinds to a halt when they play. Colts 1 for 2 from the line.
And Epps, you can see Kentucky's clearing out this entire side of the floor, working on a ball screen. And if they help, she's going to find her shooter.
A long three by Morris. Rice couldn't get the follow. Gray stepped over to her left and missed everything. Matthew Mitchell wired for the Kentucky Wildcats.
We got to find a way to just battle and see if we get a few more stops. Offense is good. You're attacking. You're doing a beautiful job making shots. Just got to tighten up on defense. Hey, just believe at some point we just got to get a little bit tougher, a little bit strong contested right there, but you're playing real tough.
Just trying to be resilient as they are short-handed. Asia Wilson's going to come in for South Carolina at the next whistle. Akator back in. And Coates, that's her specialty, leading the SEC in rebounds this year at over 11 per game. She had 18 rebounds in the first game against Kentucky in the regular season.
Yeah, she is just a monster on the boards. Averaging, we got two players in this game averaging a double-double. Coates and Akator.
Yeah, the only two in the SEC averaging a double-double.
Pam, I was talking to Dawn Staley about Elena Coates and trying to manage this injury, and she told me that Elena's never had to deal with injuries, so mentally she just has to feel comfortable in getting back into the rhythm of things, and so probably a good reason why she's out here.
Yeah, I think she probably wants her to be good to go for the final, for the championship. Not that they're going to win this game, but they feel really good about this game right now. They want to see how she looks out on this court. And sometimes, as a player, you get a little bit nervous. And, Steffi, you probably know about this. When you have an injury, sometimes you just have to get out there. And once the energy gets flowing, you forget all about your injury.
Foul on Rice. Alyssa Rice, that is the first for her. Now Coates is going to go out. Do a big ovation. Sure, Dawn Staley's going to manage her minutes, and they're going to ask how she's feeling out there. They will play the winner, whoever wins this game, plays the winner of Mississippi State and Texas A&M. That's our game coming up. About a half hour after this one is over on ESPNU. Mississippi State won both regular season matchups. A&M on a little bit of a roll, even though they have about 5.5 players.
Yeah, Makayla Epps really doing a nice job managing the team.
Nelson jumped up and grabbed that air ball. Cuevas Moore with the three ball. Epps lost it, dove for it. Good hustle. Akator on the backside. Was fouled.
And Epps is down right now. Kentucky is the walking wounded.
Akator was banged up earlier in this game. Now Epps. Murray is out. Murray is over on the Kentucky bench, where she is sitting next to Linda, the veteran head coach, now an assistant at UK.
Great hustle by Epps.
Asia Wilson with the foul put Akator on the line. Now Epps is going to go out, and Jessica Harden, number 15, replaces her. So you have an all-SEC, first-team all-SEC right now, being replaced by a walk-on who played her freshman year at a Division II school.
And that's why I say Matthew Mitchell really has gotten the most out of this team. They've been playing walk-ons regularly, but he's put his players in positions to be successful.
Only 5 returning letter winners as you get a look at Harden, who played at Bellarmine in D2. Kayla Davis has been aggressive offensively so far in this game. And then a giveaway. Pliny and Davis could not corral it. So since the start of last season, remarkable. Half a dozen players, all 3 assistants left. They had a signee released from her letter of intent. 4 transfers, a couple of freshmen, and one of the people who transferred out is going to play for South Carolina next year. That's Alexis Jennings.
Yeah, she was an excellent post player. So they went through a lot of transitions, some trying times, Kentucky did. Matthew Mitchell said he's learned a lot from it. Loves his new staff. Really worked on his communication with his players and staff.
Ira Elsie, Nia Butts, and Lynn Dunn on the bench for Matthew. And big sign, Makayla Epps will check back in.
You can see they're not going to guard Alyssa Rice out there. She needs to get in a little closer. She can shoot from 15 feet.
Jessica Harden just got in the semifinal. Vic Schaefer, the head coach at Mississippi State, what a job he has done to take that team very quickly into national prominence.
He has just a fantastic job. He's working. He's always working.
Asia Wilson doubled, can't get it to go. South Carolina is shooting 62% so far in this game, and Kentucky has gone on a drought. They can't do this. They have not scored for almost 4.5 minutes.
Well, they're 1 for 10 in this quarter. So I think it's time for Epps maybe get back in that 2-man game, clear out a side, let her and Akator go on 2-man game. Those are their 2 best players, get the ball in their hands.
Jada Roper, number 32, checking in for Kentucky, a freshman from Memphis, which is in Tennessee. There you go. There's Epps getting involved. And left it short. Akator, though, the rebounding machine, gets it right back to Epps.
And an excellent job by Epps to stay with it. Akator got that rebound, just a nice cut to the basket.
Akator gets almost a third of Kentucky's rebounds. He is that good on the glass. Morris called for the hold out on the perimeter.
And Akator, again, see, great cut by Epps. Too many players stand and watch. Nothing good happens when you're standing, and Epps, nice job.
Bob Trammell originally said the ball belonged to Kentucky, but then he quickly reversed himself.
Good hustle. Good call. Want to get it right.
Trayvon Moore back in for South Carolina, replacing Kayla Davis. And then Twiney. That is coming up a week from Monday, and one team we already know is in, Belmont, who has won the Ohio Valley Conference back-to-back years. Akator inside.
An excellent job by Kentucky. South Carolina came out in a full court 1-2-1-1 press. Kentucky just blazed right through it. What you do, you get the ball to your best player, Epps.
Harris quickly to the basket. Harris, the freshman point guard.
I'm really impressed, Gail, with this is a different up-tempo style of play we're seeing from South Carolina. I talked to Dawn Staley about it, and she said that we're making defenses actually guard us. Teams can get away with sagging off on us, but our dribble penetration has been so much better, and we're moving the ball. Players are getting touches, and everyone feels much more involved offensively.
Yeah, and it all started when they were forced to go with a smaller lineup because of the injury long ago to A'ja Wilson. That's when it really first started. And then they had the bigs back, but now they have the versatility. They can beat you with the bigs. They can beat you with their speed and quickness when they go small.
Knocked out. Almost like a blessing in disguise. You lose Wilson, who is a National Player of the Year candidate, coach, also terrific. But it has gotten more people involved, and it changed the whole dynamic of the team. And look what's happening today. Got 3 players who are getting it done, primarily for South Carolina. And they play faster when Coates is out.
And when Cuevas Moore is in.
Yeah. Should make anybody play faster. Epps has a dozen. Dawn Staley has been able to use her bench liberally so far in this game. Kentucky does not have the depth.
And Epps, she's doing her part. She's doing everything she can to keep Kentucky in this game. And really smart play. She's got somebody smaller on her. She'll dribble down and rise above.
Has the ball in her hands again. They just got around the screen, took it right to the basket.
And that's a breakdown for South Carolina. Didn't get anybody to help off that elbow screen.
Approaching 2 minutes to go in the first half. Herbert Harrigan, 1 point away from a career high. And we're still in the first half.
Again, same set they just ran, little horn set. And this time, you can see South Carolina look to trap off of that.
And then Herbert Harrigan blocks Morris. And she's only a freshman.
And Herbert Harrigan, she's another player that we've enjoyed watching as a freshman continue to grow. And you can see her level of confidence is totally different than it was when A'ja Wilson went out and she started in the game against Georgia long ago, it seems like.
Epps got hit by Kleine. That is the first on Gagne, as Epps continues to be the major component of this offense, as we expected, with Taylor Murray out hurt. Tonight, our NBA Saturday primetime game presented by Verizon Wireless on ABC gives us the Clippers and the Bulls. Coverage starts with NBA Countdown presented by Straight Talk Wireless at 8 Eastern. Streams live on the ESPN app and watch ESPN. Biggest games of the season every Saturday night with NBA on ABC. Epps delivers.
Kentucky off the free throw, and they like to press off free throws. They have to pick and choose when to press because they don't have depth.
Cuevas Moore all the way with her left hand.
And that was sweet.
Started 12 games this season, and coming off the bench for Ty Harris, the freshman point guard. Gives them a whole different feel when she's in the game.
You see Makayla Epps, 16 points. Rest of the team, 16 points as well. And Cuevas, she just cups it with her left hand, doesn't even use her right hand. Excellent finish. You can tell she's a fan favorite.
Oh, yeah. Very exciting. A junior from the Bronx. Goes over and talks to Dawn Staley over on the sidelines as Akator is at the line. both. And the timeout has been
house money. But he said, I brought enough suits. I'm ready for the championship. Yeah. So he feels good. I mean, that's going to be an excellent game I am looking forward to.
Mississippi State took both games during the regular season against A&M. And that is a new career high for Herbert Harrigan in the first 20 minutes of this game. Morris, good closeout by Gray to force her to put it on the deck, and then she stole it from her. 3-on-1, they're going to get it to Wilson. Nope. Gray took it in by herself. Elena Coates has played a couple of minutes in this game. Akator almost wasn't ready for that pass.
But good job by Kentucky to come back, not put their heads down.
I was asking Dawn Staley the decision on playing the freshman instead of Bianca Cuevas Moore, and she said that with the highs and lows of freshmen, she felt that right now Kiki Herbert Harrigan was on the up, and it's a game of riding the freshman, and so she's going to continue to go with the freshman as long as Elena Coates is out.
Mackenzie Can quickly gets the shot up and scores her first points. Can starting today for Kentucky because Taylor Murray is out. She ran into a screen yesterday in the semifinals, has whiplash in the neck strain. And Can's three was the first three made by the UK today.
And Asia Wilson, she got squashed on that play down low.
There's Taylor Murray, we certainly wish her well. She's playing so well for them. In fact, had 29 points at South Carolina last Sunday. South Carolina winning both games during the regular season against Kentucky. Wilson, big step, big-time player.
And you absolutely cannot let her go left. She's a lefty. Now, she can go right, but she's much stronger going left. So if and when she gets the ball, you have got to jam that left shoulder.
Asia and Herbert Harrigan have combined for 26 points. They are 13 of 16 from the floor. Rice against the great wall of Asia Wilson decided to pass back out. Shot clock at 4. Morris off the mark. Wilson comes down with the rebound.
And that's what happens. Better job by Rice getting on that left shoulder.
Taylor Davis got off to a great start in this game, had 9 points at the half. There's Epps, gets it over to Rice. Davis on the floor, and Akator could not hang on to it. At halftime, Matthew Mitchell had this to say to his team.
You guys have played some beautiful offense, shooting almost 50%. We just got to tighten up on defense a little bit right here. Let them relax. You hit them between the eyes right here now with just your intensity, your effort. But you're right there. We just got to slow them down here on defense, guys, and get it done. All right? Let's get out of here. First 5 minutes.
And that's easier said than done. You want to slow them down. Yeah, Kentucky's got to feel good offensively. They're shooting the ball really well, but not as well as South Carolina. And right now, South Carolina's hitting on all cylinders.
Rice took it away from Wilson and then put it in. Good work by Alyssa Rice. South Carolina led by as many as 13 points in the first half. The top seed trying to win this tournament for the 3rd straight season. Inside Asia. Double team, doesn't matter. Wilson today named as one of the finalists for the Wooden Award, also on really all the major lists. The National Player of the Year, Akator ran into Asia.
And I'd like to see Kentucky get more pressure on the passer. You know, inside Asia's just getting the ball too easily. So pressure that passer, make it a difficult pass in.
Once it gets into her hands, your chances of stopping her are minimal. To get Davis for a foul. Second on Makayla.
Yeah, Asia Wilson. Nobody knows where Asia Wilson is. And Mackenzie Can, or Macy Morris, excuse me, neither one of them, both of them together, they're not going to be able to stop Asia Wilson. That should be your #1 point of awareness. Everyone on the team should know at all times where Asia Wilson is. She's two-time SEC Player of the Year.
That's a terrific free throw shooter as Kayla Davis goes out for Gagne Kleine, who had a couple of points in the first half. Dawn Staley played 8 in the first half. Freshman point guard Taisha Harris, 5th in the SEC in assist to turnover ratio. There's the weave again for South Carolina. Good defense that time initially, but then, yes, a foul called on Alyssa Rice. Her second. Lisa Mattingly coming up with the call.
And I thought Alyssa Rice played good defense initially. But then after the ball came in, that was good defense. But right there, that's a foul, Alyssa Rice.
Yep, got
any way you look at it.
She and Wilson continue to battle. Epps full speed ahead. Akator gave her a little bit of a screen underneath and then was able to put in the follow shot.
But that's why Epps needs to continue to stay aggressive and drive, because she draws help. Even if she misses that free throw, she's got Akator, one of the best offensive rebounds in the SEC, to pick it up.
Wilson draws another foul. And that's on Rice. Alyssa Rice picks up 2 quick ones, so she has 3 overall. Very short bench for Matthew Mitchell.
And so smart for South Carolina. They continue to go inside, attack the bigs of Kentucky. They have no bigs on the bench to sub in. And you can see there's a sub right now. Look how small they get coming in.
Rice is 6'3", and Roper, who replaced her, is 5'6". In my math, that's what? Wait a minute.
That's a problem. That's my math. That is a problem.
9 inches? Is that? No?
It's a lot.
Asia Wilson getting them both. Asia Wilson has absolutely just chewed up and spat out Kentucky this season. Her statistics very good. A hard time coming up with a solution, and now that Rice is out, it might get more difficult. Epps doing what you want her to do. Drive, get fouled.
I love it. Epps she's a winner, and she's a competitor. And it doesn't matter who else is out there with her. She is going to compete, and she is going to play to win.
She is 5th in Kentucky history in scoring. The only SEC player this year in the top 10 of scoring, field goal percentage, and attempts. And the field goal percentage, even more impressive because she does take so many jump shots. Gray goes out, and the Energizer comes in. Cuevas Moore. Epps has 20.
Kentucky gets back into their 1-2, 1-1 again.
Epps' 12th 20th point game of the season, and this her 31st game. Cuevas Moore has Epps on the run defensively. Single digits on the shot clock. Wilson sets the screen and then rolls. And at the buzzer, Ty Harris hits the 3. Another block for Wilson as Morris tested her. Ty Harris, a freshman from Noblesville, Indiana, making an impact making her 20th start of the year this year. And here comes Roper, who subbed in for Rice. Akator against Wilson, two of the very best. And the fans here thought that she traveled, but Bob Trammell has the final say. He says it's a foul on Asia.
The stat sheet shows, because her defense on Sophie Cunningham and in general was phenomenal. Gary Blair said he thinks that might have been the best defense his team's played all year.
19 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 steals. Texas A&M upsetting Missouri yesterday, and we look forward to that game coming up. Meanwhile, Kentucky is hanging around here, only down by 10. Epps and Akator combining for most of the points.
Yeah, when you consider South Carolina shooting 64% from the floor and you're only down 10, you've got to feel pretty good if you can just get some stops.
Epps and Akator have 35 of Kentucky's points. Davis can't get that one to go. And there you see it. It's the Epps and Akator show, but Mason Morris gets a 2. She's got 8.
And they cut it to 8.
Only 4 Wildcats have scored today. Try to get it inside. Morris, mismatch with Wilson, who made a one-handed catch and got fouled. Let's go back to Matthew Mitchell's last huddle.
We are playing tough. You're getting some deflections. You're getting some rebounds. You got to just hang with it right now. And just hang with it. Let's put this free throw in. Let's get a stop, couple stops. Just keep battling. Keep battling. It'll pop open for you. I promise you. Just keep battling out here, guys.
And in that white T-shirt, Wilson missed them both. Akator with another rebound. Taylor Murray, the point guard who is unable to play because she's got whiplash in the neck strain. She's on her knees over there doing a lot of coaching on the sideline. Can't imagine how frustrating that must be not to play in this game. And she was absolutely brilliant last week at South Carolina. Somehow that ball found Akator. 6-point game.
And this crowd's getting a little restless.
We're in Greenville, South Carolina, so as you might expect, it is packed with Gamecock fans. Kentucky on a 7-0 run to make it close. Wilson, guarded by Akator. They go into Herbert Harrigan, who's having the best offensive game of her life, and Akator gets the miss. Life for the Wildcats.
And anytime you got Makayla Epps on your team, you got a shot.
Akator battling Wilson, who blocked it. And now Epps rid herself of the defender and swished it.
And a beautiful play by Epps. Doesn't typically take the 3. She has been more lately, but shot fake. Get yourself where you're most comfortable, and that's that 17-foot pull-up J.
22 for Epps. It's a 9-0 run. Wilson back wins it. Herbert Harrigan challenges Akator, who hacked her.
Makayla Epps. You know when it's winning time, she's going to look to attack. Thought she got the foul, but stays in the play. Her teammates very wisely go to her. Get the ball to your All-American.
Taylor Murray in the white T-shirt, so that away. Let's go play defense.
She's calling the defense, yes. That's what point guards do. Their coach is usually on the floor, but she's right now coach on the sidelines. Assistant Coach Murray right there.
Taylor, a sophomore from Odenton, Maryland. And she did have 29 in Columbia last week. Herbert Harrigan continuing to build on her career high in scoring. And Elena Coates, who played 3 minutes in the first half, checks in. They love Elena Coates.
Well, it's a 6-point game. I might think about putting Coates in right now, too. When you average a double-double, you kind of want him on the floor.
Coming back from that right ankle injury. Did not play at all yesterday. In the quarters, Akator. That quieted the crowd down rather quickly. Coates and Wilson playing together. Try to get it into Coates, but it was a little bit too high and too fast. And Epps has it. With the challenge off glass.
Wow. I think Epps is better with contact than without. She loves that contact.
13-2. And she loves this kind of stuff.
Oh, she's gone into the zone. I love that zone.
Let's see how South Carolina responds after Dawn Staley took a timeout. Coates still in there.
Yeah, looking to get the ball inside. They just set a double screen for Coates. Now they're looking for that high-low.
She wants it. And a foul on. She landed on it hard, and she is being helped off the floor into the Carolina locker room. So Herbert Harrigan comes in to shoot free throws for her. Stepped on Rice's foot, maybe that's what did it, but my goodness.
And Harrigan's a 67% free throw shooter.
1 out of 2.
Just gonna probably be back in that boot before you know it.
3-point game, third quarter, winding down. Cam, just off the back rim. Morris gets the rebound, and now the shot clock is off. Epps talking to Macy Morris, totally in control here. Maybe calling her own number.
Most definitely. But she does share the ball. She makes good decisions with the ball.
It's just that she's so hot right now. Nope, they're going to go out. And Roper misses at right ankle late in the third quarter.
Yeah, well, interesting stat. South Carolina has only lost the points in the paint battle 3 times this year. They've lost all 3 games. They're up 2 in points in the paint right now.
Asia Wilson with the follow.
Make that 4.
Makayla Epps. Missed that time off glass. She had 8 points in the third quarter for Kentucky.
Wilson is working so hard down on that low block. Good defense by Akator.
Alyssa Rice, who has 4 fouls, is out of the game. Morris drives it, draws contact, and will shoot 2. That is the 3rd foul on Taisha Harris, the point guard, the starting point guard for South Carolina.
And you wonder how South Carolina is in this game Kentucky's in this game with South Carolina. They're shooting 60%. Kentucky's 48%, but they're plus 13 on the boards.
Cuevas Moore coming in for Harris, so this is the smaller, quicker, and faster lineup with Cuevas Moore in there. Morris, the best free throw shooter on this team at 89%, hits them both. Wilson battling with Akator down there, wanted it, took it, scored it, and was fouled.
I'm loving that emotion. Asia Wilson, they're running a 4-out South Carolina. She's got the entire block to herself, and it is a war inside.
Point play gives Asia 21 points, her 11th 20-point game of the season, 23rd of her brilliant career. She's trying to get everybody up and involved. No doubt fired up. She and Coates have been such a great tandem for 3 years, a 1-2 punch, good buddies. And she went out after re-injuring her ankle, and Wilson she just wanted the ball down low.
Macy Morris has got to look inside. Akator was wide open.
Evelyn trying to create something, and Herbert Harrigan can't believe she was called for that foul.
And look at this. You're going to see right here, it's got to go from high to low. Oh, they missed it. Akator loves that. She loves that face up.
Akator gets 1 out of 2. Well, she's got 20. Epps picks the pocket.
And again, Kentucky doesn't press often because they don't have the numbers. But when they do, it's very effective.
Epps and Akator, 46 points combined. Kayla Davis spinning and hitting over Roper, who's discernibly shorter.
Going back to the horn set, really looking for the high-low. Now give the ball inside. There you go.
Morris drives right into trouble, got it poked away. Kayla Davis, 2-on-2. And there's a lot of contact out there, and Epps is eventually called for it, but not quickly enough if you look at Dawn Staley's reaction.
And I really believe Epps took, that was a foul. She took that foul. It was going to be a 2-on-1, and that's what you do in the WNBA all the time. If you've got fouls to give, don't let somebody get a transition layup on you.
Second on Epps, second team foul of the quarter. Akator called for being too physical with Wilson.
And you got to understand, we're talking about two of the best offensive but defensive players, not just in the SEC but in the nation, in Akator and Wilson going against each other. It's a beautiful battle to watch if you're a coach.
Charge. That is 4 on Harris.
Nice job. Yep, just lowered the shoulder just a bit. Good job by Roper.
Akator drives against Wilson, hesitates. Epps with the follow. Three-point game in this SEC tournament semifinal. Alicia Gray, nothing doing. And Wilson couldn't come down with it. Good job by Morris to sneak in there. One possession game. Taylor Murray's over there calling plays on the bench. Point guard out with an injury today for Kentucky. Epps had it slapped away. Akator and Gray tie it up. Possession arrow points towards Kentucky. Tonight at 8:15 Eastern on ESPN, there's nothing like it in men's basketball. It's Duke, North Carolina to close out the regular season. Blue Devils won on their home court in February. The Sonic Blockbuster also streams live on the ESPN app. and watch ESPN. Kentucky has taken a timeout.
Talked about the 6 players that left Kentucky this offseason. Obviously, one player stayed, Makayla Epps, the senior, and I asked her about why she stayed. She said that, remember, I had those off-the-court issues my junior season. Who stood by me? Matthew Mitchell. It was only right that when everything, went haywire this offseason, I stood by Matthew Mitchell, and she wanted to stand up for this Kentucky program, and what a performance we're seeing from her today.
The loyalty is there. Her father is Anthony Epps, who was the starting point guard in the men's '96 championship team, so a second-generation Wildcat, and she has had a spectacular senior season. Wilson doubled down low. Cuevas Moore dribbles through. Shot clock is dying. And Cuevas Moore throws in the 3.
And Cuevas Moore, she has no fear. And that's why you love her. And sometimes she makes mistakes with the basketball, doesn't always make the right decision and drives you crazy. But then she makes plays like those.
Foul on South Carolina away from the ball.
And a great job by Wilson. Again, an excellent passer, not forcing things. Cuevas says, "You're not going to guard me?" Really?
Make you pay. She's from the Bronx in New York. Pliny called for the foul right before this whistle. Akator spins on Wilson.
And that's where Akator, that elbow and the short corner is where she's most dangerous. Loves that Kevin McHale face-up move and attack, or the Sickmer move.
10th 20-point game of the season for Evelyn. She's a rebound away from another double-double. And there's a foul. Akator, no, excuse me, that's a correct call, and not saying that she swung her elbow. And that's one of the most painful fouls Roper is ever going to take. She was called for the blocking foul and got plunked by Davis, who hits both free throws. So a 6-point cushion as we approach 5 minutes, and the Gamecock Nation wants some defense. Morris, short rim. Akator's a beast. She's got a double-double. And Wilson's called for the foul.
Akator on the offensive glass is really amazing to watch, and that's just the will to go get the ball.
And Kentucky has been tenacious on the offensive boards in this game.
Morris Smith, look where she comes. She comes from the other side of the basket to go get that rebound. Nice job. Man, Gray caught her in the face a bit. Kentucky, 15 offensive rebounds already.
12 more than South Carolina has. And their second chance points, they're up double digits. Lena Coates is back on the bench for South Carolina, sitting at the end of the bench. Re-injured her ankle for the second time. Did it last week against Kentucky and tweaked it again in this game. Akator true at the line, and it's a 4-point advantage.
And this press has been effective for Kentucky after free throws.
Shot clock in single digits.
And look inside. Yes, Asia Wilson, you know, you're going at Rice, who has 4 fouls. Take your time. Rice can't do anything about it. She doesn't want to foul out.
Epps. Pounded. Akator lost it. Rice put it in. Tell you what, Kentucky's not giving up on any play at any time. 2-point ball game with 4 minutes to go in the SEC semifinal.
Again, I go right back into Asia Wilson. She's
Asia wants
posting
it,
up.
yep.
Yep, she wants that ball. That's the 5th foul. Good job by South Carolina.
Yep, Rice thought she had the principle of verticality down, but what she has is her 5th personal foul.
And that's where Matthew Mitchell might have wanted to have Akator on Asia Wilson. But this is SEC basketball at its best. Everybody playing as hard as they can, scrapping. They know it could come down to one possession.
So Rice exits.
And you see, once again, there goes the size for Kentucky. So I would expect fully that South Carolina will continue to pound the ball inside the Wilson.
Rice goes out, and Jessica Harden comes in. 5'8" senior guard. Wilson hits the first free throw. Harden, who subbed in, played intramurals at Kentucky after she left a D2 school, and here she is playing a major role, major minutes in the SEC semifinal.
And if I'm Kentucky, again, get the ball to Akator at this elbow area. Let her drive at Asia Wilson.
Epps pull up, short, and Cuevas Moore, the smallest player on the court, gets the miss. 3.5 to go. Davis drives on Epps, had it blocked by Macy Morris. And then Davis fouled her. Macy Morris coming up with the block.
Macy Morris helping her teammate out. And that's what you've got to do this time of the year. It's like it's all about the team.
Kentucky in the bonus. And Macy Morris is the best free throw shooter on the team. At 89%, that miss notwithstanding. Finally goes out. Tyesha Harris, the starting point guard, back in for South Carolina despite 4 fouls. We knew Macy wasn't going to miss both of them. Back to a one-possession game.
South Carolina's really gone exclusively to this weave, and they just wait for Asia Wilson to duck in. Asia Wilson wants the and one.
Akator got her this time.
And they call the foul before the shot. Good post up, nice vision to get it in there. They call the foul before she gets the shot off.
3 on Akator, so Asia right back to the free throw line. Asia Wilson coming up big at the foul line. 4-point advantage. Epps for 3. Just a little bit too strong, and Davis gets a crucial rebound. Lonnie all the way across the court. Cuevas Moore got fouled.
And a good play by Cuevas Moore in Kentucky. That's a poor foul. Fouled her really on her way down from her shot.
Harden called for the foul. Cuevas Moore, a 77% free throw shooter on the season. Tonight after Washington State and UCLA on ESPN. Don't miss SportsCenter at night with Max and the coach. Everything from championship week, the NBA. Very busy Saturday. SportsCenter at night after West Coast College Hoops. Streams live on the ESPN app and watch ESPN. Epps driving on Cuevas Moore. too strong off the backboard. And then she's called for the reach in.
And Epps is not happy, and Matthew Mitchell's not happy. She thought she got fouled on the drive. Here she goes on the drive, Cuevas Moore. No, but Cuevas Moore, nice job defensively. She got all ball on that. Matthew, I know that feeling, man. Frustration.
Both teams in the bonus. Bonnie. Only a 33% free throw shooter on the season. Has not gotten to the line very often. And what a ball game. Epps has played her heart out. Timeout, Kentucky. Very soon thereafter, hurt that ankle again.
And you can see Dawn Staley called that timeout. She wanted to get the South Carolina defense set. She does not. Nice job. Well, she did not let Epps have the ball.
Gray took it away from Morris. Epps picked up her dribble. Kentucky needs to score. With 4 minutes and 12 seconds left, Kentucky was only down by 2. And then this run by South Carolina, hitting their free throws. Can. Rims out.
And this is where, if I'm Makayla Epps, I'm shooting or Actor shooting. Because a good shot from one of your teammates is not as good as a contested shot from you.
Kentucky just 1 of 7. 3-pointers. Cuevas Moore holding on to it as the shot clock hits 5. Guarded by Epps.
And that's where Epps, I'd stay on the run if I'm Epps. Don't let the defense of South Carolina get set.
Morris with the 3. A minute left. And it's South Carolina basketball. They're going to go to the monitor.
Warm up, and she felt good.
And if they win this tournament, they will be a lock for a #1 seed. Can picks up the foul. Coach Staley trying to join the legendary Pat Summitt as the only coaches to lead their teams to 3 straight SEC tournament championships. Very good company indeed.
The best company you can possibly want.
And it was a 2-point ball game earlier in this quarter. Got to give a lot of credit to this Wildcat team. Makayla Epps. Second 3 that Kentucky has hit today. But it might be
A little bit of everything tonight.
You gotta love that. The higher the stakes, the more she wants it, the more she is willing to just say, give me the ball. And she does magical things with it.
And they can't catch Cuevas Moore to foul her.
Smart play by Dawn Staley. Just give it to the fastest player on the court and watch everybody else flail around. Like the coyote chasing the roadrunner. So South Carolina going to go on to the championship game. But
Matthew Mitchell, I really think this is his best job, coaching. With the players he has out there. And again, we've seen he's had to put walk-ons in the game. 8 straight 20-win seasons.
8th straight semifinal in this tournament, which is always difficult.
And really just gotten the most out of this team and these players.
Didn't have their starting point guard Murray at all in this game. There's too much from South Carolina. Harden blocked by Wilson. And she knows this one's over now.
But the way that Kentucky has played without Murray, they're a lock for a 4 seed. Yep. So they're going to get to play at home the first 2 games, and that's going to make a big difference for this team.
And Lexington, by the way, also has a regional. They will host one of the 4 regionals this year.
And Asia Wilson has shown us and everyone else who's watching why she is the SEC's Player of the Year 2 years running.
And it's going to be a wholesale substitution coming up. Good deal for Dawn Staley, because you don't want anybody else to get hurt. And a standing ovation for the South Carolina players. Had a 14-point lead in the 3rd quarter. Kentucky came back to cut it to 2. And then South Carolina got the distance.
It's 26 every single game to support.
And the fans, when they do come to see them, they're loud, they're engaged, they're smart. And they love them some women's basketball. And we will see them tomorrow against either Texas A&M or Mississippi State. Akator playing her tail off again. And South Carolina got